Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another in-depth review here on NNT Auto Reviews. My name is Tyler, behind the camera showing you all these very unique brand new cars here. And today we're going to be checking out a very beautiful car full of very nice craftsmanship, and it is of course the iconic 2018 Cadillac Escalade in the premium luxury trim level. Now this is the standard wheelbase, so it's not the extended wheelbase, and it does have the four-wheel drive system. Now before we get started, I'd like to give a very special thanks out to Valenti Cadillac in Hartford, Connecticut for making this video possible. And check out the description box where I've listed their website. Alrighty, so taking a look at the window sticker on this particular 2018 Escalade, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what Cadillac's formation of the window sticker looks like. So you're going to see these four columns right up here. Those are all of your standard equipment. And if we take a look over here, that's going to be all of your optional equipment. And we're going to focus on that a little bit, because it does have some pretty noteworthy options. The 22-inch chrome wheels are on there. We also do have the power retractable side steps. The paint color is also an option, as well as your all-weather floor mats and your cargo shade are all options. And you also have the wheel locks there. You have a destination charge of $1,295 and a total sticker price of $93,685. Now taking a look over here, we have some fuel economy information, some crash ratings, and then also our parts content, which a lot of you like to see. And that pretty much does it for the window sticker. Alrighty, so just barely fitting this Escalade into my camera frame, we can take a look at the color options. There are 9 total color options available. This one is the optional crystal white tri-coat. Looks really nice on this car. And we do have a 116-inch wheelbase on the standard wheelbase Escalade. And walking around back to the Escalade, four-wheel drive is an option, while two-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive comes standard. Towing maxes out at 8,300 pounds for the two-wheel drive version and 8,100 pounds for the four-wheel drive version. Alright, so we can go ahead and start here on the front of the Escalade. Then we can start up here on the front with the headlights. Now the headlights are completely LED, so all the lights you see stacked there are all LED. LED turn signals, LED daytime running lights, everything is LED. Taking a look down here, we have our turn signals and a continuation of the daytime running lights, and you also have cornering lights over there too. You can also see some circles on the bumper there. Those are all for your parking assist, so the parking sensors. And the ones on the side aid to your automatic parking. You also have a black plastic air dam over there that is helped with getting you better fuel economy. And taking a look up here, we have a nice big satin chrome grille that really accentuates that, hey, I'm a Cadillac. We have the Cadillac shield up there, and we also have a camera up front for the 360 degrees view camera system. So a whole lot going on up front, which makes for a really good looking front end to this Cadillac Escalade. Alright, so taking a look at the hood, we have some subtle creases towards the edges and towards the middle a little bit more. And taking a look over here, we have even the Cadillac name is imprinted in the headlight lens. Down here we have one of at least 10 wheel options, and there are 22-inch aluminum wheels, and they're fully chrome. Tires up front measure 285/45. You have 2 piston brake calipers and ventilated rotors. You have the 6-lug design with the wheel locks there. Really nice full chrome 22-inch wheels. Also, another thing I'd like to mention while we're down here, this car does have the magnetic ride control, which improves your ride, of course. Down here we also have auto deploying side steps there, and they also retract when you close the door. And over here we have the Escalade emblem, which runs the span of the doors right there. And here's a better view of the front of the mirror. You can see the blind spot warning up in the left corner of the mirror, and you can see the LED turn signal just a little bit better up here too. Now we can also see that the windows are surrounded in that nice satin chrome looking metal. And we also have gloss black pillars. These door handles actually light up right here. There's a little LED strip in there. We also have the smart key entry on the door handles. On all 4 door handles, might I add. Down here we have the same nice 22-inch wheels. Still have ventilated disc brakes back here. And our fuel filler is on the driver's side. You can see we have some nice roof rails up there, a little bit of a spoiler back here. And since this Escalade came out, I believe in 2015, these lights have just captured my attention. Either when you're driving on the road or just seeing pictures of it. They are just so cool looking, because it's probably about 3 or 4 feet of just a continuous LED light, which is awesome. We have the back glass here, and the wiper is actually hidden up there to increase your visibility. We also have this nice strip of the satin chrome going all the way across the back with our Cadillac shield. We have a nice bumper protector that definitely keeps this optional paint color nice and clean without any scratches. We do also have parking sensors on the back, so you can see that corner one, and then the rest of them run all the way across the back. We have 2 cameras back here, one for your regular reverse camera and then one for the rear view camera mirror. And if you're confused by me saying that, stay tuned and you will see the rear view camera mirror once we get inside. Also have the trunk release right behind this handle right here. And hiding underneath this cover is your trailer hitch receiver. And you also have your spare tire right down below. Alright, so let's go ahead and check out what's underneath the hood of the Escalade. So, there is only one engine choice available for the Escalade. And it is, of course, the 6.2 liter V8. 376 cubic inches of V8 power. And it puts out 420 horsepower at 5,600 RPM. And 460 pound-feet of torque at 4,100 RPM. Nice little engine cover up there with the Cadillac logo. You can see the exhaust manifolds over there. The engine takes 0 W20 oil. You can see the belts and everything are all easy access. Your brake fluids over there with the master cylinder. You got some fluids that you could check. More over here. You also have your air box, and your battery is up there. That's pretty much it. Nothing too crazy, but still a pretty solid power plant with plenty of power to get this big SUV up to speed. Alright, so before we check out the interior, let's go ahead and see how this remote keyless entry works, since some manufacturers do it different than others. Basically, all GM products are going to be pretty much the same. The car's unlocked at the moment, as you can see, but if you want to lock it, make sure that key fob is right near the vehicle and just press this button right here. All 4 doors will lock rather. If you want to unlock it, make sure you just tap the button right there. Tapping it once will unlock the driver's door, and tapping it twice will unlock all 4 doors. Alright, so we do have one of 3 color options on the premium luxury trim level, and it is shale and jet black leather. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at the door panel first. We can see most of the door panel is covered in that nice shale color, which is like a lighter gray color. And then you can see the jet black colors up here. But as far as materials on the door, very, very nice. We have leather all the way up here, all the way down here, and it's also soft touch down here, so none of that hard plastic is even on the door at all. But so we have leather on the armrest, which is nice and soft where your elbow's going to rest, and then we also have this nice suede up here where your memory settings are. As far as speakers on the door, I believe there are 3 on each of the 2 doors, and that's 3 of 16 total speakers of the Bose Centerpoint surround sound system. We have a couple of cup holders in here with a little bit of storage, as well as over here. If you want to put more valuables over here, this is all like a cloth inside here, so whatever you put in there is going to stay safe. But take a look at this wood grain. It's beautiful. You can really see the depth in the woods. And it is a real wood, but it's covered in this like lacquer sort of material there. I have a nice metal door handle, lock unlock. Also up here your memory settings with an easy exit mode. Down here we have our child locks, which are actually power, and then our window locks. Our 4 normal window switches like normal. We have our mirror controls up here, and the mirrors are also power folding, which is nice to know. But taking a look to the left of the dash, we have some leather up here with some stitching, the nice wood, there's an air vent there, we have a gauge dimmer, our lighting controls over here, and then our 4-wheel drive selector. Down here, some nice soft materials with the parking brake, electronic of course. Down here we have our normal pedals and our hood releases down here like you saw earlier. We have our nice all-weather floor mats, which you see have been put good to use. As you can see, it's collecting all the dirt, not the actual car. And over here, kind of hidden, is the nice Cadillac sill plate. Now, as far as the seat goes, it does have 4-way lumbar. So up, down, in, and out. You can also move the backrest 2 ways. And the cushion, the bottom cushion, also moves back, forth, up and down in the front, and up and down in the back. So take a look at these seats, very nice details. Nice stitching, nice perforations. We have the nice little Cadillac crest right there. Some nice suede. And then also up here, I forgot to mention, you have your heads-up display controls right there. Let's go ahead and hop in, start it up, and check out the rest of the interior. So here's the key that you get with the Escalade. It's a nice key, as in normal Cadillac fashion. They usually gives you pretty nice keys because you're spending a fair amount of money. You deserve a nice key. So there's metal accents at the bottom, or at the sides rather, and it's a nice slim key that'll fit nicely in your pocket. You also have the lock unlock remote start. This is the button to open the rear glass, and this is the button to open the full trunk lid, and then you also have this button for a panic alarm. So it's a nice key nonetheless. All you need to do to start the car is just make sure the key is on the inside. Anywhere inside will do. It could be in your bag or your purse, and it'll still start. But how to start this vehicle is just in traditional manner. Just put your foot on the brake. The engine start stop button is right there, and you just press it. Alright, so for the interior portion, we're going to go ahead and start off on this power tilt telescoping and, of course, heated steering wheel. It is completely leather wrapped, and you have some stitching on the inside, which adds to the nice details. But nice soft leather as well, not a whole lot of texturing to it. You have some nice metallic accents going all the way around, and then you even have some of that beautiful wood as well. Airbag cover is pretty nice too, with the Cadillac shield right there. And over here, as far as functionalities, we have your voice commands. We also have a front collision warning. All of our standard cruise control settings are over here too. Some Bluetooth stuff, and of course your heated steering wheel control is right there. And I could say that this heated steering wheel works very well because the steering wheel is nice and hot right now. Also over here we have some controls for your audio, so skipping between your radio station selections and then your media volume. Taking a look behind the steering wheel, you can see this little knob right here a little better, which is used for your tilt and telescoping steering wheel. Nice to see that it's powered. Over here, this stalk houses a whole bunch of functionalities, so your turn signals, your high beams, as well as all your wiper controls. You can see that it's automatic. You could turn that on and off. And over here you have this nice gear selector, and it seems to be wrapped in leather over here. Has a couple of functionalities to it, and for 2018 I'm pleased to announce that this does get the 10-speed automatic transmission. So you can shift it manually between these two rockers right here, and then you also have a trailer tow mode. When you press the trailer tow mode, you will get more information such as your transmission temperature. But coming up here, we have the completely LCD display for the Escalade up here, which is really nice because it shows you a bunch of functionalities and it's very customizable. So we're using these rockers over here on the steering wheel to control all the different information we're going to see. We could start over here on the right side. I'm just going to cycle through quickly just to see what kind of stuff we can view here. This is your sort of active driving features there. Move over towards the center. We can control our different options, which it really goes pretty in depth there. A blank page, what's going on with the TVs in the back, fuel economy information, and also over here we have just a repetitive screen of over here, but you can definitely mix and match what information you want to see, which is really nice to see that. But as always, your digital speedometer will be always displaying up there. You have your total mileage of the cars down there, which is 35. Then what gear you're in way down there. And then all your different warning lights will show up all around the gauges. But nonetheless, a really nice gauge system right there. Taking a look at the upper dash, it is nice soft touch materials. You have some stitching up here, and it looks like you have a couple of speakers. And you can also kind of make out on the mirror of that STI there, we have our heads-up display. You could also change what information you want to show there, so you can see the RPMs, what gears it in, the speed limit information you can also change up there, a compass, all that good stuff. You can also move it up or down depending on what view you want to see, and then you can also change the brightness. Pretty nice to see that. And over here we have our 8-inch Cadillac user entertainment system here, which is actually a really nice system. I don't know why people complain about it all the time. It's actually really close to the Chevy MyLink and Buick GMC IntelliLink system. So I'm going to go ahead and go through just a basic outline of what this screen is all about. So here's our home screen. We do have another screen over there with more options. But as you tap the screen, it gives you a nice like a haptic feedback to let you know that you touched it. We have our audio screen right over here, which houses your presets down below. And you also have shortcuts up here as well. And we can also use the home screen just to get back to the home right there quick. We have our phone screen right over here, which my phone is not paired up to it right now. But once it is paired, you can get all your devices and contacts and everything will sync over. You can start making calls and whatnot very easily. Projection has to do with Apple Auto and Android our Apple CarPlay and Android Auto rather. We also have our built-in navigation, which looks very nice. We can zoom in and out, and then inputting our destination is this right there. We have our settings over here. I'm just going to go through them quick. Going back to home, we have our climate screen, which is kind of repetitive because all of our climate controls are also down here. It is a 3-zone climate control, so the front 2 passengers are independent and the rear passengers also have their own separate zone. All of our different where the air to blow options are down there, and then our fan volume is over there, and our temperatures are on either side. And we can also expand the rear menu for the climate back there, and we can also lock it out in case you have cumbersome children playing around with the controls back there. So going back to home, we also have weather and then our video system for in the back. We also have the OnStar or rear climate, and then we also have the camera button, which is really nice to see that you can just click that button whenever you want and you can see whatever camera. This car does have the 4 cameras all the way around the vehicle, which gives you this nice bird's eye view. You could see all the way around the car, and then you can also choose between seeing the front camera, so that's the STI in front of us, and in the back you can also see my car with the guidelines and whatnot. You could also turn the guidelines off. Now, one complaint a lot of people usually have is the quality of the camera isn't that great, and I could tell you guys it really isn't that great. They could definitely improve upon the quality of the cameras there. That's only one gripe I have about this car. I really don't have a whole lot of them. You also have a collection which allows you to download apps, and then this little up arrow over here is a quick access preset button for your radio there. But as far as on either side of the screen, we have a couple of air vents, of course, as you can see. Some bright work surrounds all of the controls over there. We have a mode button for our suspension settings. So we have a tour mode, a sport mode, and then a snow mode. We have our controls for our power pedals. So taking a look down here at our pedals, we can move them back and forth. Pretty neat to see that. We also have a traction control off button at the bottom there. Our Glovebox release is right there. We have a lane keeping assist that we can turn on and off. Our parking sensors we could turn on and off in case we're towing a trailer. And then we also have our automatic parking assist, which works with the parallel spots right there. Down here we have a whole climate control system, which pretty much from up here and down are climate controls. So we have the on-off just for the screen up there. Then we have our volume, I guess you could say squirrel right there, and then a home button, which you saw earlier. And then we also have all of our climate controls. So we have 2 settings for our heated seats. So we could either heat just the backrest, 3 stages, or we could heat both the backrest and the bottom of the seat, and that's 3 stages. And then we also have 3-stage ventilated seats, which you could actually hear the fan going on right now with those. And those are very nice on hot summer days. But getting back to the climate controls, we have our temperatures, our fan speed, and then an off in the middle. It's automatic, fully automatic, and then we also have our front and rear defrosters. If we press the little chrome button right there, we have a little hidden compartment with the USB tray, and it is rubberized at the back, or on the bottom rather, so that you could rest your phone there. Little hidden Easter egg that you might not know if I didn't show you otherwise. But down here we have the CD loader, which is nice to see that it comes with a CD player. But over here we have some nice soft touch materials where your knee might just rest. We have a couple of storage cubbies up here. This one is all felt lined. It has a 12-volt power outlet and 2 USBs. And this one over here houses 2 cup holders. Now up here on our armrest, first of all, it's huge and you can definitely fit 2 arms there without a problem. We have a nice wireless charging pad for those phones that are capable, and lifting it right on up reveals a pretty huge storage tray underneath here. and it's even larger if you remove this felt tray. It has an LED light down there. If you put that back, you can also see the 2 more USBs, an auxiliary, and another 12-volt power outlet. So I have counted 5 USB inlets so far. Pretty nice center console there. And taking a look up here, we have a pretty special mirror. It is auto dimming, but that's not the only special feature of this mirror. As you can see, it's looking pretty normal right here. You can see cars behind us pretty good, but not all that great. But if we switch this button right here, we can see everything behind us. And if you were listening closely towards the beginning where I was talking about the 2 cameras, this is where one of them is. So you can see that right there. It becomes an LCD monitor, and you could see everything behind us, which is actually a really awesome idea. See that lady in the Nissan Rogue just parked right next to my car. Taking a look up here at the center stack, we have some LED lights over here, and they look like kind of like spotlights. And then up here we have some more lighting controls. We also can turn the overall vehicle lighting off. We also have the controls for your sunroof, as well as the power rear gate, home links for the garage door openers, and then also your OnStar controls. So I can show you the sunroof really quick. It has a shade that covers 100% of the light, and we have 2 switches there that allow us to tilt it up, and then another switch right next to it that allows us to slide it right back. You also have a wind deflector up here, which is very useful in reducing the amount of buffeting from the sunroof being open. But that pretty much does it for the front cabin up here. We can take a look at the visors really quick. See, we have LED lights and a mirror, and then our handles right here. We also have a speaker right here for the Bluetooth. And then again over here, you could also, I failed to mention that you can also set the door, the trunk door to open a max way, a 3/4 way, or just turn the power feature off in case you live in an area with lots of parking garages or you have a low ceiling in your garage. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and adjust my seat to a normal driving position for myself. And we're going to go ahead and check out the back just to see how much room we have back there and to see how much amenities we have. So I'm going to go ahead and shut the car off, save these guys some gas, and we'll go ahead and check out the rear. Alrighty, so opening the back doors, as you can see, the side steps fold out for you to aid in your convenience, which it is very convenient, I might add. And taking a look back here, we have pretty much the same materials as in front, which definitely shows you the quality that went into this Escalade. So we have a couple of speakers on the door. I believe there's 2. We have some storage down here, up here, and a little bit in there with this felt-lined material. We have nice soft door rests over here with some suede and some leather and that beautiful wood and the metal door handle. We also have a bottle holder right on the door there, which is pretty neat. And the window switch, of course. All that good stuff. Down here you can also see the weather liner, which really gets every single space away from all the weather. You can see the door still there. Now these seats do fold down by just grabbing this lever right here. They'll fold down flat. Then you can also pull this tether right here, and the seats will fold up like so that you can get into the 3rd row. And I will get into the 3rd row just to show you guys how much room there is right after we check out the 2nd row. But the 2nd row does have bucket seats. They're called captain's chairs. You can also get a bench seat as well, which is nice to know. And before I get in, these little vents right here are from the air-conditioned seats, and it lets all the excess air conditioning out of these vents to the rear passengers. So let's go ahead and hop in and see how much room I have. So a good 4 inches of legroom, I'd say, and I am right at 5'10" myself. You have a little map pocket back here. And the back of the seat's actually a really pretty sight. It's got some nice stitching there. You have a nice handle to aid you getting in. You also have a coat hook and a handle right there. Some air vents in the ceiling so that the rear passengers get their AC as well. And up here we also have a couple of lights, LED of course, and then we have a TV, which is actually pretty awesome. So nice little animation when you start the car up. We have a whole bunch of different menus back here. Mode. So with that, it's a pretty nice screen up there. As you can see, you have a bunch of different inlets and whatnot. But folding that back up, we have a couple of controls back here. So controls for your climate back here. And we also have heated seats, 3-stage. Back here we have a little storage tray and then some USB inlets, an HDMI cord unless you wanted to hook up your Xbox or whatever. We also have a normal household outlet and another 12-volt power outlet over here too. But as you can see, each seat has this foldable armrest. And it's a pretty nice place to be back here. I wouldn't mind it at all. But for the next portion of the video, we're going to go ahead and check out the third row seats. Alright, so I am going to fit my 5'10" self, both for your entertainment and simply just to see how much room we have back here. And I'm going to put the rear seat back up so that you have a pretty good idea. And it is not comfortable back here, I have to say. Unfortunately, the back seat is very high due to the rear axles and whatnot underneath the car. So your leg's going to be sticking up in the air. The knee room isn't bad though, so that's actually pretty good. We do have some amenities back here, so a 12-volt power outlet, a couple of cup holders. The other side has one. We have some LED lights up here and some more air vents. You also have some headrests up there as well. Let's go ahead and press this button and pull this lever, and the seat pretty much does all the work. Then you can just hoist yourself right on out. We'll set the seat back up, and then we'll go ahead and check out the front passenger space. Alright, so let's go ahead and check out the front passenger space. Opening the door, it's pretty much a mirror of the driver's door. Just a few less buttons like you'd expect. The passenger seat is the same way adjustment as the driver's. So you still have the four-way lumbar and whatnot. So you have a really nice contour of the dash with the suede right over here. I'm going to go ahead and hop in really quick so I can show you guys the glove box. As you saw earlier, it's got an electronic release. Just press that button right there. It'll pop down for you. It is felt lined. Not a whole lot of space, but definitely enough to fit your owner's manuals, which is enough for me. But next, let's go ahead and check out the trunk. Alrighty, so as I said before, the Escalade does have a full power trunk, as you could see. And taking a look back here, we have a pretty good amount of space if you fold down the third row seats, which I will do right now. You have these buttons right here, which electronically fold down the seats, which is actually pretty awesome. You also have buttons right here to fold down the second row seats, which greatly increases the cargo room. And I think it'll be enough for your weekly grocery run. You also have more space, hidden space underneath the floor right there. And just keep in mind your spare tire is underneath the vehicle. And you could shut the trunk with this button right here. So the standard wheelbase Escalade does have a 26-gallon fuel tank, and according to the window sticker, you're going to be getting 14 miles per gallon in the city and 21 on the highway, which to me isn't that bad. But if you go for the ESV, which is the extended wheelbase, you're going to be getting a little bit of a larger fuel tank. And they do recommend premium fuel, but you do have a capless fuel filler. Alright, so to conclude this video, I hope you have enjoyed, and I hope you stay with us for future in-depth reviews.